Your EV just lost 40% of its range overnight. Battery health shows the same percentage. Nothing changed mechanically. Yet your car can't drive as far as it did yesterday. Most new EV owners panic at this moment and call the dealership. Experienced drivers, they don't even blink. I've tracked EV ownership patterns across hundreds of drivers over 4 years. The gap between beginners and experienced owners isn't technical knowledge. It's understanding 5 fundamental truths that nobody explains when you buy the car. Today, I'm revealing the exact secrets that separate new EV owners from experienced ones. Simple realities that change everything about how you drive and maintain your electric vehicle. Range loss in winter isn't permanent. This is the secret that causes the most unnecessary panic among new EV owners. Your battery loses 30 to 40% of its range when temperatures drop below freezing. That 300-mile summer range suddenly becomes 180 to 200 miles in winter. Your first cold morning, you see this happen and immediately think something is broken. It's not. Cold weather reduces battery efficiency temporarily. The battery itself isn't damaged. The chemistry inside just operates less efficiently at low temperatures. Think of it like your phone dying faster in the cold, then working normally once you warm it up. New owners see winter range loss and panic. They think their battery is degrading rapidly. They start researching warranty claims and posting worried messages in other groups, asking if anyone else is experiencing battery failure. Experienced drivers know this is completely normal and fully reversible. When spring arrives and temperatures rise, that lost range comes right back. A battery showing 200 miles in January will show 300 miles again in May. Same battery, same health, just different operating conditions. The chemistry is straightforward. Lithium-ion batteries rely on chemical reactions to store and release energy. Cold temperatures slow down these reactions significantly. The battery management system also uses extra power to warm the battery before charging or during heavy use, which further reduces available range. But here's the critical part new owners miss. This is efficiency loss, not capacity loss. Your battery still holds the same amount of energy. It just doesn't deliver that energy as efficiently in extreme cold. Once temperatures normalize, efficiency returns to normal. A Model 3 owner in Minnesota learned this the expensive way. His first winter, he saw his range drop from 310 miles to 190 miles. He spent weeks convinced his battery was defective, scheduling service appointments and documenting everything for a potential lemon law claim. Then April came, his range climbed back to 305 miles without any intervention. The difference between winter range and battery degradation is simple. Winter range loss is dramatic and immediate when cold hits. Real degradation is gradual and permanent, usually 1 to 2% annually over years of use. Understanding this one distraction eliminates 80% of first-year EV owner anxiety. The first 5 to 10% battery drop isn't a disaster. Most EV batteries lose a small percentage of capacity in their first year. This freaks out new owners who obsessively track battery health percentages. You buy the car showing 100% battery health. 6 months later, it shows 97%. A year in, you're at 94%. Panic sets in. Experienced drivers know this initial drop is completely normal and expected. Battery degradation isn't linear. It doesn't decrease by the same amount every year until it's dead. Instead, most batteries undergo an initial stabilization period during which cells settle into their long-term performance baseline. During the first 6 to 12 months, you might see 3 to 7% capacity reduction. This represents the cells reaching equilibrium, not catastrophic failure. After that initial stabilization, degradation slows dramatically. A battery that dropped 5% in year 1 might drop 1% in year 2, then 0.5% in year 3. Battery University research confirms this pattern repeatedly. Initial capacity loss stabilizes quickly, then degradation rates decrease significantly for the remaining battery life. Think about what that means for long-term ownership. If your battery drops from 100 to 95% in the first year, you're not on track to lose 50% capacity in 10 years. You're more likely to maintain 85 to 90% capacity after a decade. One Bolt owner tracked this precisely. His battery health showed 96% after 8 months. He was convinced something was wrong and started researching buyback options. 2 years later, his battery health showed 94%. only 2% additional loss over 16 months. 4 years later, he's still at 92%. The initial drop stabilized. The degradation essentially plateaued. New owners see that first percentage drop and extrapolate disaster. Experienced drivers understand it's part of normal battery chemistry and wait for the curve to flatten. The key is watching the trend, not individual percentages. If your battery drops 5% in the first year, then continues dropping rapidly, that might indicate an issue. But if it drops initially, then stabilizes, you're seeing exactly what every healthy EV battery does. If you've learned something useful so far, hit that like button and subscribe for more real-world EV advice that separates beginners from experienced owners. Smooth driving extends battery life more than any trick. New EV owners love hunting for secret battery hacks and special maintenance tricks. Experienced drivers know the biggest factor is right under their right foot. Your driving style impacts battery longevity more than any conditioning routine, charging schedule, or monthly ritual. Aggressive acceleration dumps massive current from the battery instantly. That sudden power draw generates heat and stresses cells unnecessarily. Do this repeatedly day after day, and you're accelerating wear that accumulates over time. Smooth acceleration keeps everything calm and efficient. Progressive throttle application means the battery delivers power gradually. Less heat generation, less voltage stress, more stable cell operation. This doesn't mean driving like you're hauling eggs or refusing to use your EV's performance. It means avoiding treating every stoplight like a drag strip launch. The efficiency difference shows up immediately in your energy consumption, but the battery longevity benefit compounds over years. One Model Y owner tracked this meticulously. During his first 6 months, he drove aggressively, enjoying the instant torque at every opportunity. His average energy consumption was 290 watts per mile. After learning about battery stress from aggressive driving, he modified his habits. Same commute, same routes, just gentler acceleration and smoother driving overall. His consumption dropped to 230 watts per mile. That's 26% more efficiency from driving style alone. More importantly, after 3 years of smooth driving habits, his battery health remained at 94%. Multiple owners with similar mileage but aggressive driving patterns were showing 88 to 90%. Anticipating traffic flow helps tremendously. Instead of accelerating hard then braking hard, experienced drivers read traffic ahead and maintain steadier speeds. This maximizes regenerative braking capture and minimizes energy waste. Hard braking throws away the energy you just used to accelerate. Smooth deceleration lets regenerative braking recapture that energy and feed it back into the battery. The combined effect of smooth acceleration and maximized regeneration can improve efficiency by 20 to 30% compared to aggressive driving, while simultaneously reducing battery stress. Battery longevity is mostly about daily driving discipline, not secret tricks. Fast charging is fine, if you respect it. This might be the most misunderstood aspect of EV ownership. New owners fall into two camps. Either they think fast charging is completely harmless and use it constantly, or they believe it's completely destructive and avoid it entirely. Both groups are wrong. Experienced drivers understand the actual variables that matter: frequency, temperature, and context. Occasional DC fast charging is completely normal and causes no measurable long-term damage. Your battery is designed to handle fast charging when needed. Using it for road trips or occasional convenience charging is exactly what it's built for. Daily high-heat fast charging is a different story. If you're fast charging every single day, especially when the battery is already hot from driving, you're creating conditions that accelerate degradation. Temperature matters more than the charger type. A battery at 70 degrees Fahrenheit can handle 150 kilowatts charging with minimal stress. That same battery at 110 degrees Fahrenheit experiences significantly more wear from the same charging session. This is why charging immediately after hard driving creates problems. You've already heated the battery through aggressive use. Then you add more heat from rapid charging. The combination stresses cells harder than either activity alone. A Hyundai Ioniq 5 owner learned this through experience. He would drive hard to the charging station, arrive with a hot battery, then immediately plug into a 300 kilowatt charger. After 18 months, he noticed faster degradation than expected for his mileage. Then he started waiting 10 to 15 minutes for the battery to cool before fast charging. Degradation rates normalized. The context of how you fast charge matters as much as how often. Charging to 80% at a DC fast charger is fine. Charging from 10% to 100% repeatedly at high power creates more stress because the final 20% forces the battery management system to work harder, protecting cells at high voltage. Most experienced drivers use fast charging strategically: road trips, unexpected situations, or genuine convenience needs. But they're not replacing home charging with daily DC sessions. For daily charging, they stick with level 2 at home or work. Slower charging generates less heat and maintains steadier cell conditions. Understanding this nuance prevents both unnecessary anxiety about occasional fast charging and the gradual damage from excessive use. EV ownership is about energy awareness. This is the real secret that separates experienced EV drivers from everyone else. It's not about memorizing charging percentages or following strict rules. It's about developing a completely different relationship with energy consumption. Experienced EV drivers think in terms of efficiency, not just range. They watch their watts per mile readout the way gas drivers watch their speedometer. They understand how temperature, speed, and driving style impact consumption in real time. They don't just plug in and forget. They plan charging around their actual needs instead of chasing 100% constantly. New owners treat their EV like a gas with a different fuel. They drive until empty, then fill up to 100%. They don't think about energy consumption until range anxiety hits. Experienced drivers manage energy proactively. They know leaving home with 80% provides plenty of range for daily driving while reducing battery stress. They understand that charging to 100% only makes sense right before a long trip, not as a daily habit. They track efficiency trends over time. If consumption suddenly jumps, they investigate why instead of just accepting it. Temperature impact becomes second nature. They know a 20 degrees Fahrenheit morning means reduced efficiency and plan accordingly. They don't panic, they adjust. This energy awareness extends to charging strategy. Experienced drivers know when to use public charging versus waiting for home charging. They understand that a 10-minute top-up at a convenient charger beats arriving home at 15% and stressing about range tomorrow. A Tesla owner described this shift perfectly. During his first year, he treated the car like his old gas vehicle. He'd drive until the battery was low, then charge to full. He never paid attention to consumption or efficiency. After learning from experienced owners, he started watching his energy screen. He noticed his consumption spiked during cold mornings, dropped during highway cruising, and varied based on how aggressively he accelerated. This awareness changed everything. He started preconditioning while plugged in to reduce cold weather energy use. He adjusted his highway speed slightly to improve efficiency on long drives. He stopped charging to 100% daily and settled on 80%. Experience changes everything. The difference between a new EV owner and an experienced one isn't the car, it's understanding how it really works. Winter range loss is temporary, not permanent damage. Initial battery capacity drops stabilize and don't predict long-term degradation. Smooth driving protects your battery more than any special trick. Fast charging is fine when used appropriately with temperature awareness. And more importantly, EV ownership is about energy management, not just plugging in. New owners stress over normal behavior and miss what actually matters. Experienced drivers focus on fundamentals and let everything else take care of itself. Share in the comments which of these secrets surprised you most. And subscribe for more practical EV advice that puts control back in your hands. Your EV doesn't need to be mysterious. Now you know exactly how experienced owners think about battery health, charging, and long-term ownership.